Good morning, my friends. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been jolted awake in the middle of the night by a painful cramp in your leg? Or maybe you're just getting up in the morning, ready to start your day, and suddenly your calf or foot seizes up so tightly you can barely move. If so, you're not alone. Leg cramps are one of the most common complaints among older adults, especially after the age of 55. These cramps can feel sharp, sudden, and sometimes downright unbearable. And even though they usually last only a few seconds or minutes, the soreness they leave behind can stick around and make walking, standing, or even resting uncomfortable. For many, it's not just a penance to worry. What if this keeps happening? What if it gets worse? The good news is this: there are simple, natural ways to reduce leg cramps and even prevent them from happening in the first place. And one of the most powerful tools you can use takes only 5 minutes every morning. That's right, just 5 minutes. No equipment, no gym membership, no complicated steps, just a gentle routine you can do right in your bedroom or living room to keep your legs relaxed, strong, and ready for the day. Now, before we dive into the routine, it's important to understand why leg cramps happen in the first place. Because once you know the why, the how to fix it becomes much clearer. Cramps often come from tight muscles, poor blood circulation, dehydration, or low levels of certain minerals like magnesium and potassium. As we get older, our muscles naturally lose some of their flexibility and strength, which makes them more likely to spasm or lock up. Add in things like sitting too long, certain medications, or even sleeping in the wrong position, and you've got a recipe for painful cramps. That's why this morning routine is so effective. It gently stretches, strengthens, and wakes up the muscles in your legs, while improving circulation and flexibility. Think of it like giving your muscles a good morning hug before you ask them to carry you through your day. And don't worry, you don't need to be super flexible. You don't need to be an athlete, and you definitely don't need to push yourself to the point of pain. These movements are safe, gentle, and designed specifically with older adults in mind. By the time you finish this 5-minute routine, your legs will feel lighter, looser, and far less likely to cramp up. In fact, many people who add this to their morning notice a difference in just a week or two. Imagine stepping out of bed without that fear of a sudden, stabbing pain in your calf. Imagine being able to enjoy your morning walk or your time with your grandkids without constantly rubbing at tight muscles. That's the kind of freedom we're aiming for today. So, let's get started. I'll walk you through each step of the routine slowly and clearly so you can follow along right at home.